Hi, welcome to the Parking Lot Lads podcast, the only podcast with some homies munching. I'm Toast, joined by two friends and a special guest. We have Eli,
Yeah, that's me, Eli.
Ethan,
Hey, what's up?
and our special guest, Brebneb TV.
Yo, how's it going?
He is a personal friend and a fellow creator.
Yeah, Brennan.
A
Today's
goofy
topic,
one at that.
work story. What's up with that?
Probably. I have the least amount of work experience here, so I would not feel right starting this off.
Why don't you start,
I
Rylan?
don't know. I've heard some goofy ones from you.
I do have okay. So my first ever job, I worked with my dad, which I'm going to do again. But while we were working, he employed my cousin as well, and the job we did was probably the most boring job that either of us have ever done. We had to sort plastic bottles by color, or not necessarily color. Some of them were color, but we had to sort them by type into different cardboard containers, and to try not to like get bored the entire time we were working, we decided that every normal plastic bottle we found, like a water bottle, we would flip into the rafters of the warehouse we worked in. And I think there's double digits worth of water bottles in the rafters.
just because. Just
Just because
That's pretty great.
nice.
That's
it's
what's
pretty
up.
cool. I'm going back. I start there again in a week, and I will let you guys know if it's still there.
I hope so.
Pretty
I do
cool.
too.
That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah,
fight
we
there.
don't do that kind of stuff at Arby's. We don't flip plastic water bottles into the rafters because there are no rafters to flip them into.
Yeah, you guys just have the meats
We do.
So true.
and the funny memes.
Mm.
I love the fake Arby's commercials get me every time.
Oh,
So true.
yeah.
Those are good.
Anyone ever like come in asking about the fake commercials?
Not to my
wish.
knowledge.
I'm going to.
Great.
W.
But I work at the same Arby's as Ethan, and today I discovered that you can get the roast beef supreme. Like apparently that's a thing.
Oh, the super
Roast beef
roast.
supreme.
What's
Yeah,
the
the super
difference?
roast beef or whatever. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was a thing. And
So
the people that ordered
it
today
hasn't been
tweeted
on the
about it.
menu since we started, but since we switched over to that current POS system, it wasn't even on. The old one we had a button for it, and we sold them all the time. So we have those, and then roast beef. We have what? So we have the super roast beef, and then an Arby's melt. It's basically a beef and cheddar without the red sauce and the and it's on a sesame seed bun instead of the roast beef bun.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to
Never
sell
had a
those
beef
all the
cheddar.
time. Oh, they're so
I
good.
feel like it should be noted that the POS is point of sale and not the other thing it might stand for.
That is a good point.
What?
Yeah, it's a it. Well, sometimes we can call it a piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
very fair.
And by
Hey,
sometimes
Eli, make
we
sure you write
probably
that
mean all
down
of the
for
time.
when to censor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the dolphin
Uh,
noise.
I didn't have the. I gotta pull the. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, the point of sale it they suck sometimes, and they never work. Well, never work. I is technically not true. They work, but they suck.
Right. That
They
I've
and
I've
occasionally
got a
will
little.
they will unannounced just update randomly for
that's
no reason at all.
that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I've got a cautionary tale for anyone going into the restaurant business, like I unfortunately have been in. So,
Yeah.
at my first job, they didn't tell me how the tips systems work.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't get tips for like my first 3 months of working there.
Oh, that's
Oh.
fun.
So
Holy
find
crap.
out how tips work, please.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's a little important.
I would get tips worth like an entire hour of work, which admittedly wasn't very much at that place, but still.
Still.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish I could get tips like that at a current
Find out how you
job.
get your tips.
that's fair.
So I personally have never worked in the restaurant business, but I have worked with the food industry in the form of a concession stand.
Ooh.
And the worst part about that is when people order $50 worth of food and pay in ones and fives.
Oh.
Oh, facts.
And the amount
Oh.
of times that has happened to me is ridiculous.
I would
3 times in one day.
$50 worth at a concessions?
Yes, they ordered like everything.
Oh my
I would argue
gosh.
that is better than $1 or $2 and paying with the 20.
Oh, you think that
I
hasn't
don't
happened?
think I don't think that's
No, it happens all the time.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. People are trying to pay in hundreds,
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
and
I
That
I
sucks, yeah.
just
I think
I just stare at them.
Earlier today, someone's change was $76.
Holy crap!
Rylan,
Was
I've had
what?
mornings where we had just opened a drawer and somebody comes by and pays with 100. You want to? They get like $5 worth of food because they just get like a breakfast biscuit or wrap or something, and
Yeah.
they pay with 100. And you have like
Oh.
$96 in change that you're counting back with fives because that's all you have in your
You know,
drawer.
I think the worst thing though is like when they hand you like a bag full of coins and they're like, "Here you go."
Oh,
Like,
the bag full of coins is
dude,
awful.
I've had this lady. So I work at Dairy
I've
Queen.
never been handed a bag full of
I-
coins, luckily.
So I work at Dairy Queen, right? And
Yeah.
I was working window one time. This lady doesn't even know if she has the right amount of money for what she ordered, but she hands me like 2 or 3 ones and the rest in coins. So I've got to go through and count all this, if afraid that she didn't give me the right amount. Luckily, she did, but like I think that's the worst.
Still, yeah. If I've had the problems where people are short on money as well, and they're just kind of like, look, I just tell them like you need another dollar, you need another $1.50, whatever, and they just give me like the most blank expression ever. Like I'm supposed to give them the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm.
like, and I just don't
Yeah.
know what to do at that point.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, this is one time I had this old guy at the counter, like the front counter, and he was trying to give me the right amount of change so that he got exact like $10 bill, I think it was. But the issue was he was giving me the wrong coins. And I tried to explain it to him. He's like, "No, I gave you this and this, and you give me back a 10." And I was like, "I'm sorry, sir, but like you gave me this, you gave me these coins and these coins." He's like, "No, no, I gave you this. You give me back a 10. Do you not know how to count change?" And I'm sitting there like, dude. So I could care less about that job. So I gave up. I was like, "Sorry, sir. Here's your change." like
I think
I gave up.
Yeah,
I
no,
think one of my favorite
I would have
parts-
done the same thing.
I
Fair.
think one of my favorite parts about work and being like a favorite employee by some of the managers
Mm-hmm.
is getting to hear all the trash they talk about the other employees.
That's fair.
It's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
So one of the things that I really appreciate is since I've been there so long, I've been there so long and I work like one. They basically treat me like a manager, and so I get all of the
You are
same
one, pretty much.
everything but title and pay.
Yeah. And pay.
And but they like when I get there on the weekdays, if my GM is still there, she'll give me the rundown like I'm a manager, and all the management will too. I get to sit in the office and talk with a manager for a half hour like I did today.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Dang.
So nice. I also get the
Working with
stress that
friends.
comes with the. Oh, it's so great. It's so much. It makes
Working with
work
friends
is
so
friends
much
amazing.
better.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still hate my job, but like, I still enjoy working with people I consider friends. It makes
Makes it
it
so much more
a
bearable.
tiny bit better, but like, I still want to quit my job really bad.
Dude, here's the way I see it, and some of you in this may not agree with it, and I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
You applied for the job,
Yeah,
get over it, quit if you want.
that's fair. I agree with that standpoint
So-
and am quitting. Soon
Yeah.
enough.
So it was pointed
No,
out
that's
to
fair.
me by as Rylan, you know, it was pointed out to me by Jacob, the mindset that
Okay.
I come to work with.
What's
And
that?
it's so I come in with a positive attitude every single day that I'm there because
Oh, that's good.
I have the mindset of it is not going to literally kill me. In 6 to 8 hours
Exactly.
or whenever my shift is over, I get to go home and lay
Mhm.
down and take a hot shower or
Gosh.
go to the gym or things like that.
It's a
If you've
really good
gotta,
mindset.
if you've got to look forward to something and that helps you get through work, then that's great. Even
Yeah,
if your thing you're
absolutely.
looking forward to is not work, at least you got something.
Yeah.
Very true. I
Me?
don't work year round. I think I'm the only one in here who doesn't,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that makes it a lot easier too. I don't have the constant like stress of I have to work every day.
I work
But
4 days a
I
week.
work like
I have
2.
3 days off a week.
that still that amount is still much higher than me.
30 hours a week.
Yeah, compared to my 0, I mean,
That's
it makes
fair.
it seem like your guys, yeah, being able to do that. I don't know. I feel like working every day or close to it would be fairly difficult.
Here's
Not
the
just like
great
in
part for
general,
you.
just as like in high school.
You get that gas money from your parents.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
too.
a spoiled little boy. I am a spoiled little boy.
Yeah, Eli's over here laughing. He doesn't
You
need the
guys,
gas money.
you guys need gas money.
Hey, Eli,
got-
go to a town
Unfortunately.
5 minutes away by car.
Huh?
Go to a town 5 minutes away by car.
Dang
yourself.
it! Stop. Okay, GTA time.
Oh,
There you go. I got one work story. This is one that I wouldn't say I regret it, but I think it was stupid.
Mhm.
Right.
So there was this one night, it was about a year ago. It's like it was like 9:50, so I was just about to leave. And I was on sandwiches and then helping run orders. And I see that we have an 8-minute order that is 2 small or medium strawberry lemonades.
Hmm.
8-minute time on this order.
Hmm.
What?
So I go to start making lemonades
Mhm.
and we're out of the strawberry syrup. Okay.
Oh no.
So I go to the back to go grab some. And as I'm walking back there, there's my manager, Preston, joking around, goofing off with Jack and Jaden, and holding the new bottle of strawberry syrup.
Nah.
Hmm.
I
Nah.
don't say anything there, but I am livid.
Right.
And so I go back and I get that lemonade out and whatever. And then I am like talking to Preston, and he can tell I'm pissed. He's like, dude, what? He's like, what's the matter? I'm like, there was an 8-minute time on lemonade because you're back here goofing around with Jack and Jaden holding the bottle of lemon or syrup that we need to make the lemonade.
I
And he kind of
I would
didn't
have
say
said
anything.
a lot worse.
Oh, I
So
did.
I commend you.
I did. And then I walk. It's now 10 o'clock. Time for me to go. So I walk out to my car, and Preston opens up the drive-through window, and he's like, "Was that order in here or in the drive-through?" He's like, and I'm like, "It's in the drive or inside." He's like, "Oh, that won't matter. John won't see it." And I say, hey, "Get ready to bleep this.
Oh my god.
That is bullshit."
Yeah.
There is no reason that either way it should have been a 6-minute order. And for you to say that it's okay because John can't see it is a load of bullcrap.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
little.
facts.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
That's messed
And
up.
That is.
I
kind
come
of-
back a couple days later and I wasn't mad at him anymore. I mean, crap happens. Stuff happens,
Right.
whatever.
Mhm.
And he comes up to me and he's like, that lemonade that we fought about the other night, that was already handed out. I just forgot to bump it.
Nah.
Oh.
Nah.
Like, oh.
That-
And then I'm like, okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have yelled at you like that either.
Nah.
And
Man.
to this day, if he remembers it, I don't know if he will. If you ever see Preston, ask him about the strawberry lemonade.
the strawberry lemonade. This was
Dang.
still at Arby's, right?
Yeah, or not even the strawberry lemonade. Just ask him about the lemonade. He will probably remember it, but I can't be for certain that he will.
Dang.
Certainly
Yeah.
something I would remember.
Yeah, today Ethan had me ask Preston about a story, and Preston had no clue what he was talking about. So who knows?
That's
That is
funny.
awesome.
True, he did have no clue what I was talking about. It was his first day there, and let's just say somebody was showing us that they had the meats.
Oh,
Oh. I
come on.
see.
Actually,
In the drive-through.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
How nice of them. How nice of them.
They were
Dude, speaking of drive-through, it is probably my least favorite position of all the ones at my workplace.
Dude, drive-through slaps at Dairy Queen. That's all I'm saying.
Get ready to bleep this as well, but the amount of that go through drive-throughs and are just complete to the workers is crazy.
Oh, it's a
I don't
stupid
know how
high
people.
amount.
That's not even my thing. I just think it's stressful.
I mean, yes, that too.
I think it's chilling.
With the amount of people that just go through drive-throughs to be jerks is insane.
Yeah.
Hey Eli, consider shutting up, dude.
Dude,
So
some people are chilling
Oh,
in
go ahead.
drive-through. Like one time,
Yes.
Lamar.
one time when I was like giving this dude his change and whatever, he's like, have you ever considered like being on the radio or something? You've got a real good radio voice. And I was like,
could
guy.
oh,
come there, too.
thanks. But then you've also got people who are like, who when you say, oh, this is your total, they're like, hi, you have a nice face. And I'm like, thanks.
Thank you.
What?
So meaningful.
I didn't know what to say. This middle-aged chick goes, you have a nice face. And I was like, okay, pal.
Why, thank you.
Dude,
How do you respond to that?
today I was doing front, which is like taking orders and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the like one female coworker, maybe in her 20s, I don't know how old she is, right?
Right.
She was doing something at the fry fridge, which is like right behind me. I'm taking this guy's order. I'm like, hey, what can I do for you? And he's like, give me more of this view.
What?
Nah.
Oh no. Was that Michelle behind you then?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like female mid-20s.
What'd you tell
Like
him?
that's not Mindy.
What'd you tell
Yeah,
him?
not Mindy. I told him, I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that.
Give
No,
me
Speaking
more
of-
of this
can't
view.
respond, because how am I supposed to respond to that?
That's true.
Just be like,
how
you'd be like, slap me at
What
20.
do you,
And
what do you want me to say to him? Like,
slap me.
okay.
Be like, slap me at 20, and I
Okay.
can maybe I can work with you.
Speaking on being funny at work, this is not a personal happened to me, but I did witness
Mhm.
an old man at Walmart as I was checking out was in the check lane next to me.
Mm-hmm.
Calls over the employee and asks him, yeah, this guy was like probably 80. He didn't have any teeth, could barely talk. Calls the employee over, points at his 24 pack of Bush Light in his cart, and says, "Can you sprinkle some holy water on this for me?" In the middle of the Walmart.
Nah.
And if I was the I'm surprised he handled the situation at all. I don't know what I have done if I was in that guy's shoes.
That's hilarious.
Oh my. Another this one not so great story. Actually, I got yeah, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Last summer, I think, yeah. Because it's Jack and Brody who went out. There was a guy in the parking lot tripping.
Mm.
I think he overdosed. Overdosed
Oh,
on
no.
meth in the parking lot.
Oh my.
We see it, and there's people from Loves out there, and then Jack and Brody go out there try and help this guy, and they take a chair so they can like sit him down
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
while they wait for an ambulance to get there, and then we bring it back. They bring the chair back in, and it's still Rylan. That chair in the back is we have dubbed it the meth chair.
Oh.
It's been cleaned. It's been cleaned off, but we don't want to put it
gonna
back out in the
ask.
lobby. So that chair in the back is the same chair that was taken outside to sit a guy overdosing on meth.
It's kind of amazing. I put my jacket on that today.
Nice.
I've ate lunch there. I've ate off that chair.
W.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So that's a fun story.
that's
Kind of
what's
amazing.
up. I don't have any stories like
I
that.
gotta say, I love all of my managers.
but-
They're amazing.
I can't say the same.
I can't either.
Oh,
I've had some pretty cool
really-
I
managers.
cannot say the same.
Not after what Kelly told me today. I can't.
I love all the
To be
managers
fair.
I've interacted with.
That's fair.
Hell, with what I heard today, as
you-
much as I hate to say this, right now Tracy's over Thad.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah,
Oh.
I've heard some bad things about Thad, but I've never interacted with him, so you know.
I will just say there are some managers I like and some managers I don't like. I will not further explain myself.
My favorite one,
No, I-
definitely Kelly. What a
Definitely
guy.
Kelly. I made sure I told him today. We sat in the office and talked about his future and how he sees it playing out, and then all the stuff going on between him, Thad, and Lisa and Mindy.
Mhm.
It's like a 3-against-1 battle with Kelly being the recipient of all three of their.
Mm.
And I sit there and I told him, I'm like, and he's like, so if Lisa or Jeremy sit you down and want to talk about my performance and my professionalism, just like he told me to lie through my teeth and
Oh.
stuff. I'm like, I don't even have to lie. You come in here and you run the shift. Honestly, probably the best I've seen a shift run in the 2 years I've been here. With
Yeah.
the limited people that you're given, you still find a way to run it.
Dude,
And
Right.
I've had to work Friday nights with him since I started, other than like the first week because it was my first week. Friday nights are the worst nights because we're understaffed and
busy.
busy. Yeah, that's the issue. Understaffed and busy,
Uh-huh.
terrible
Yep.
combo.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely terrible combo.
Say
I
that
don't know how we
again.
do it, but we get it done, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah. And I told him, I'm like, I don't even have to lie to tell them about your professionalism and your performance. I don't even have to lie. It's like I said, the 2 years that I've been there, he's the best manager I had, and I told him that. And he said that made him feel better.
I-
And he told me, he's like, there's some people on my shift, and he didn't give me any names. I don't even know if he knows them, who have talked to Lisa about about working on his shift. They don't like it because they're expected to do more. But
oh,
everyone's kind of expected to pitch in when there's 4 people.
I could
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
name the names for sure, but I won't. Maybe in
And
private after this.
and I told him, like, as much as it sucks having 4 people, 5 people on a shift that I've worked, like I kind of see it as an ability to highlight and prove to the rest of management, or for me, all of management, that I'm capable of doing not only what is asked of me, but more than that, and putting myself up to the next level where they don't even expect me to be. I mean, Kelly expects me to be there, but like no one else expects me to do it. I do it because I can and I'm capable of doing that
Right.
and stuff. So
I've got another thing to say about work, which is especially prevalent in the past few days. Falling off of work.
Oh, yep.
My thing is, like if you're sick, but otherwise, get over it and tough it out, man.
Yeah. Good
Someone,
point.
won't be naming names, called off of work the other day for sore legs.
No.
Nah.
An entire shift, and it was like one where we really needed some help.
But they
oh,
just
if I called off work for sore legs, then I would call off every Tuesday.
Leg day.
Well,
we hit,
Sunday's leg day.
and it hits hardest on Tuesdays.
Yep. Second day soreness. That's yeah. I personally don't do legs
Weak.
ever. Yep. You are correct.
Yeah, or what's been driving me nuts since 1st of April, end of March, is so we have an app that you're supposed to use to look at your schedule and put day off requests in. And
Right.
one specific coworker, if they're listening, you know who you are. We've talked to you about this before. Does not or did not put in for the track meets off, and instead got scheduled as one of the 4 or 5 people on the shifts that they had track meets, and called off because they had a track meet for weeks in a row.
What's the first letter of their school?
E. And I get it
Okay.
if
Wait, is it a J or an A, would you say?
it's not ashy.
All right.
Just give it away.
Bro, you just get...
No, there's still no names. But it's not Ashton.
Okay, I know who that is.
All right.
And they
Oh,
if I get it. I get if it's like, say, let's look at a calendar here. Say it is March say it's March 20th, so Monday,
Mhm,
probably the first Monday back from spring break, and you get your track meet schedule,
mhm,
and you have a track meet on Tuesday, the 28th.
mhm.
That's too late to put in for the day off. Yes. Let them know immediately so you can get that day off, and then request days off for track meets as early as you can. And anything
Yeah.
before that, let
Yeah,
them know ASAP so that we can get you off of the schedule and maybe find someone else to put on the schedule.
I'm an agreeer on this
100%.
one.
Yeah, that's a valid
100%.
take.
And I like to point this out when Lisa talks to me. Like there was one point when we had the business review, Rylan, that one reason that you couldn't start on the
Mhm.
Tuesday
Yeah.
and you had to start on Wednesday.
Hmm.
Lisa told me a couple weeks in advance. She's like, "You cannot call off that day." I'm like, "Lisa, I have called off 4 times in the almost 2 years I've worked here. Twice because
Dang.
I could not get out of bed sick, and the other 2 times because I had a funeral."
Dude,
Wow.
that is commendable.
That's impressive.
That
I
is.
I told her, I'm like, last summer when you first took over, I came into work sick. I was miserable the whole night. When I went to
Naturally.
break about halfway through my shift, I went out to my truck, turned the fan, the AC on full blast, pointed right at my face, and took a nap.
Yep.
Came back in and suffered the rest of the night, and then went home. And then the next day it was worse, and I had to call off that day. But
Well, yeah. After that, you deserve it, though.
I have
Yeah.
only called off once from work,
Mhm.
and it was when a good friend of mine passed away, and I was kind of in no state to work.
yeah,
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's.
And at my latest job, not a single time.
oh, you've worked there a month.
I've
Yeah,
called.
no.
I've called off a few times. Okay, but like
I think out of my
majority of them are understandable.
I've been sent home. I think I've only called off once, and that was at my last job.
I've never been sent home.
I have,
My-
but that's because we had too many people and our labor was high.
I've been
I was-
asked if I wanted to go home one night. There was, I think, like 11 of us there. And Preston was the manager, and he's like, we were doing just a quick meeting before our shift started, before the other shift left. And he's
Right.
like, if so he's like, we got too many people here. He's like, I said 2 of you home if you want. If anybody wants to go home, and I'm like, and someone, one person like immediately volunteered, and then Julian, who was this really cool guy when I started, he's like, do you want to go home? I'm like, no, I want to stay here.
Respect.
And I stayed.
Valid.
Ethan's
So when
like,
I was sent home, it was surprisingly out of all my employers, my dad, who makes me go to school when I'm sick as a dog, can't move. And I threw up in his. I think it's because I threw up in his warehouse, and I was working with like dust and trash and all this, and he just didn't want me to get like super sick. But he sent me home for that, which I appreciated. But he in fact did not send me home when I spilled hydrochloric acid all over my hand.
I'm sorry.
What?
He said, "Go rinse it off and put your gloves back on."
No way.
Like, I mean, my hand wasn't covered. There was a good portion of my hand pretty burnt.
Nah.
I mean, it didn't hurt that bad. Like, I was like, this is burning my skin. So I'm still holding the bottle. I go, "What do you want me to do with this?" And he just stares at me. He's like, I don't know. I'm not a chemist. So I just throw the bottle in a trash can, like just a normal trash can.
No, you didn't. No.
And I rinsed the chemicals off my hand down the drain,
Oh.
and I just went back to work.
Oh. Nah.
Dude,
All right.
no way.
Oh, we also found human poop in our cardboard.
Mmm. Fun.
Appetizing.
Yeah, got all over one of one of his employees. He was so mad.
Rip him.
Dang.
Yeah, I felt very bad.
All right.
I mean, yeah. How do you react to just getting covered in poop?
After a truly piece of poop story, I think it's time we go to the greatest thing everyone loves about this podcast, the only thing they listen for. That is, of course, the fish of the week.
Let's go.
Fish of the week. Tell me about it.
Let's see.
This week, we have none other. Give it a second. It's sending.
Come on.
Favorite part about this, the awkward pause. The salmon. Oh yeah.
Let's go. I love salmon.
So here's a quick fact about the salmon. You see that top fish there?
Mhm.
That's a salmon for most of its life. That bottom fish right there, that's the male salmon for about like maybe a month during breeding season when they get so hyped up on setroids that they change completely in their image.
That yeah, I understand.
Now, that's a fun salmon fact for you.
That is a very fun salmon fact.
So true.
What's another fun salmon fact?
Another
They taste.
fun is
They
that
taste
it
good.
yummy
cream in the
munchin'. I eat
stream.
it all the time.
So true.
They cream in the stream to make their babies, and then they return back to the ocean. But the babies always come back to the same stream where they were creamed in originally. No one really knows
So,
why they
like-
can do it.
So like it's generational.
Yeah.
Valid.
Huh.
They're also known as keystone species, which keystone species are really wicked. It's like a species that really helps the organism survive, like coral for coral reefs.
Mhm.
And salmon are the same for where they exist. They feed the
Alaska.
berries.
Not coral reefs, not coral.
They help a lot of stuff.
Cool.
And
Nice.
Good for them.
one last salmon fact. Give me a second. I'm looking for one. All right. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the only good government organization,
Real?
the largest Atlantic salmon was 105 pounds and 60 inches.
Goodness gracious.
Whoa.
That's a
And
large
that's
fish.
it for
Yeah, I
fish
would
facts.
eat.
Now, right
Thank you
before
for
we
those
get
fish
back to
facts.
your work, you know how America has the AARP that like gives
Isn't that for old people?
yeah, it gives old people like just some benefits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
AARP stands for American and like Administration for Retired Persons or something like that, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
Actually,
a
I
group,
think it's just.
it's a
Never mind.
group
That's a
meant to
bad
have
joke.
help old people. Well, did you know that the Canadians have their own? It's the
Really?
Canadian Administration for Retired People, also known as CARP.
Carp. Let's go.
Let's go.
And their benefits
Fun
are
fact about CARP.
awful.
Oh,
Wait,
Like you know how in America benefits for AARP might be like 25% discount at like a regional chain like a Denny's or something, right?
Mhm.
ooh.
In Canada, some discounts you might get is like 5% off at one specific hotel.
In the
just
middle,
so-
in the middle of the Northwest Territory.
It is wild.
Real.
Let's go.
Sounds like Canada. They've got it figured out.
So true.
All right, back on to work stories, I say.
I've got one.
All right.
And I've got a video to go with it, but I'll send the video afterwards.
Okay.
So, in March, so a few months ago, I was at work. We still had the white cheddar mac and cheese.
Mm.
I have a love-hate relationship with mac and cheese now because of this story. I'm at work one night and we're kind of understaffed,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to grab a mac and cheese cup out of the microwave that I just heated up. And when we're heated up, we're supposed to do it on button number 7 in the microwave. It's
real?
32 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
I always do button number 8 because I don't think 7 makes it warm enough. I think it leaves the middle just a little bit cold.
Mm-hmm.
So I do 8. I pull this mac and cheese cup out of the microwave, and if you haven't had Arby's mac and cheese, it comes in the au jus container,
Mm-hmm.
and when you heat those bowls up, they're very weak. They have no structural support at all. If it's not warmed up, you could take it and smack it, and you could smack it as hard as you can, and it'll deform just a little bit if you don't break the bottom out. But when you microwave it, if you pinch the sides, it just folds, and that's what I did. I picked it up. I picked it up from the microwave with my hand, like basically like a top-down grip, thumb on one side and the rest of my hand on the other side. Picked it up to pull it out, squeezed to have a hold of it to take it from the microwave down to the counter. And it's like 2-3 feet from the microwave to the counter. And I get it out of the microwave and I'm holding it, and it drops on the counter.
Ooh.
Fun stuff.
The force of the mac and cheese bowl hitting the counter was enough to send a hot cheese back at my face.
Oh no.
And you'll see in the video that I was stupid, and instead of when it was dropping turning away or stepping back, I look at it. I look down the mac and cheese bowl, turning the mac and cheese bowl into a barrel. So breaking the number 0 rule of gun safety, don't look down the barrel. And end up with hot cheese on my mouth.
No.
2nd-degree burn on my nose and on my lip.
Nice.
And
go.
burns like all basically straight up my face, from underneath my chin all the way to my forehead. And you'll see in the video, it's sending. You can see that I looked down the mac cheese. You can see me. So I'm making a French dip, and I put the French dip in the microwave with one hand, grab the mac and cheese bowl with the other, and look down it.
Here, let's rewind here. Let's rewind. Let's see this go down slowly. So you
Time.
you pull it out, you drop it, it hits the thing and launches back up as you're staring down at it, and then walk off with curiously white stuff on your shirt. It's mac and cheese,
Yeah.
guys. What are you thinking?
Yeah, and so we're supposed to wear aprons, and I wasn't wearing mine because I didn't feel like it. So I just had my name tag in my shirt. And at that point, you can see I have long sleeves on. So I had a long sleeve, just a plain black long sleeve shirt underneath, and then my RB shirt on top. So I have my name tag in between the shirts with a magnet, because I have the magnet name tag now. Rylan, you'll get yours in a couple months.
I hope.
And after this, I go and clean up and wipe my face off. And I put my apron on. That's like one of the first things I do. My shirt was covered. And I had upset my mother before I went into work. And eventually we get a point at some point later on in the night where I'm able to I asked, who is our manager? Is Carrie. I asked Carrie, I'm like, can I go outside and eat this messed up wrap and call my mother quick? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. She's asking me all night after it happened. This happened like early on in the shift. It's like 4:30 that this happened. And she's asked me the entire night, are you sure you don't want to go home? Do you want to go home?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'll be fine. And I go out to the drive-thru, next to the Arby's and am eating this buffalo chicken wrap.
Mm-hmm.
My lip is tore open because of this burn.
Ooh.
Nice.
And buffalo sauce in an open wound
Ooh.
do not go together very well.
Oh no.
So my lip is now burning because of the buffalo sauce in my lip.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on the phone with my mother apologizing to her for upsetting her before I went into work, and then telling her about the burn. And she's like, "Did you file an incident report?" No. She's like, "You need to do that." Like, okay. So I tell Carrie at like 9:30. That's, and I tell her, and she's like, "Okay. I don't know how to do one, but I'll go get Jenny. She can sit down and do one with you." Jenny's on break. Jenny didn't get back from break until 9:55. And I'm in the office of the Loves now doing my incident report at 10:15. I was scheduled to leave at 10. And according to Love's rules, minors have to be scheduled out by 10. So, to counteract that, we do some funny schedule things.
You fudged the numbers.
Some lying.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wrong with, nothing wrong with doing that.
I'm just sitting there talking to Jenny now, just doing this, and I get a text from my mom. "Why haven't you left yet?" Doing my incident report, like you asked me to. And then she gets a call from Origami Risk Management, which is the
Origami.
Love's risk management system.
Mhm.
She gets a call the next morning. She's like, or they're like, is this the parent of Ethan? And she's like, yeah. Okay, this is so and so from Origami Risk Management. We have an incident report on file and just wanted to check in, see how you guys are doing, how he's doing, what to expect going forward. And it said that he'd be checked out by mom when he got home and be decided from there. I was like, oh yeah, he'll be fine. We're just gonna take care of it at home. Okay, great. Just let us know if you need anything. Have him let his management know if he needs anything, and
Right.
yeah, have a good day. And my mom told me to get home. Like, yeah, I'm fine. I looked like a dumb for a while. I've got
Sure. When don't you?
Yeah. Fair.
Real.
So let me scroll back through my camera roll and find it. Here is the picture that I took when I got back inside, or when I was outside.
Oh, of the burns.
Yeah. So you can see on my nose there. And that was before it like started to develop, and it's all up my chin, on my lip. I had cheese on the underside of my hat.
He looks like a husk of a man.
Bro looks so goofy.
He looks like he's seen something.
I work at a truck stop. I know a lot of things.
Not only has he seen
Dude.
things, but like the facial hair just doesn't help at all.
No.
Dude, if you look at like the top of his nose and his eyebrows, there is an upside down triangle. Straight up.
There
That's
is,
hilarious.
And so, yeah, the bottom
Oh.
part of my lip, right in the middle, where it's a lot darker,
Mm-hmm.
that's where
Yeah.
the buffalo sauce went into.
Let's go.
Is that why we don't carry mac and cheese anymore because of you?
No, it's only a seasonal thing. They bring it back just about like every fall to winter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Only like 4 or 5 months out of the year they have it. It's like the fish. They bring it back about the same time as the fish usually.
Fish and mac and
Last-
cheese from Arby's truck stop. Can't think of an easier way to get diarrhea.
Real.
No,
The fish
definitely can
honestly
easily
kind
be
of
done.
slaps. Mac and cheese not so much. I mean, the mac and cheese does slap. It slapped me.
Yeah, quite.
Literally.
But it's not that good. I don't like our mac and cheese, but I do like the fish. The fish is pretty good. I throw some peppercorn ranch
Oh yeah, there you go.
on
Mm,
it. So life hack for any of you who don't think you'll like tartar sauce on fish.
Put
If you
acid.
go to
on it.
if you go to Arby's and get fish, ask them to put peppercorn ranch on it. So good.
that's
For
valid.
their mac and cheese, I don't mind the loaded, like the chicken bacon ranch.
That was pretty good.
Ooh.
I can appreciate that. The chicken bacon ranch mac and cheese was pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of chicken bacon ranch, June, um, we're getting a new item: chicken bacon ranch loaded fries.
Ooh.
Oh my
That
god.
sounds awesome.
God, I'm so excited, dude.
Ethan, what if you get fired for releasing that information?
Oh well.
Dude, it literally sounds it literally sounds like bros advertising for Arby's right now.
But
Yeah.
it sounds pretty good.
Guys, we're
to
not
be honest.
sponsored by Arby's. Sorry.
We are not.
I wish. Imagine we get sponsored by Arby's.
That would go crazy.
That would
Paying
be
both
insane.
my paychecks. Oh my goodness.
That'd be amazing. All right.
I just want to say, real quick, to that coworker from the town of E, who's big and tall with the luscious locks. Shout out to you for following us.
Real. You a real one.
I
I don't.
even have.
I'm not. I think I know who you are, but I don't know you. But you a real one. I've got.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you listen to this while doing the dishes, you a real one, bro.
So true. I've got another story to share. So
Alrighty.
I'm closing kitchen one day, right? As I do, because I work kitchen a lot, and this is before probably one of my favorite managers quit. He's an absolute guy, and so I'm part of closing the kitchen is taking apart the grill and putting the grill pieces in the decarbonator. So I'm taking
The
this
what?
It's called a decarbonator. It's basically big metal box with hot liquid.
Doofenshmirtz ass invention. The Carbonator.
Is this slang for a sink?
No, it's literally a big metal box with like some special decarbonator. I don't know. It's got special liquid in it, and like it's got a lid, and you open the lid, and it's like a bunch of smoke and stuff pops out, and it's like, and then you like pull up the tray thing, and then you put the pieces in it, and then you put the tray thing back, and then you close the lid. I don't know.
And then you close the lid. Okay.
Okay, but anyways, that's not the point of this story. So I'm taking the grill apart, right? And I
Yep.
pull the grill out, and I go to lift this piece off the back of it. I lift the piece up. It bumps something that's above me from whether it be the vents or whatever it is. It bumps the grill vents, and it causes this grease liquid to just pour out everywhere.
Oh,
So like it goes all over the wall, on the grill. It gets all over me. And it was hot at first but quickly cooled down. But it startled me more than anything, so I was kind of just like, ah! Like I yelled cuz it scared me, bro. And uh I just kind of like stood there soaked in this stuff. I look over at my shift leader who is staring through the kitchen doorway, just staring. We're both kind of looking at each other. I'm like, what do I do? And then they kind of, over the headset comms, they go, Garrett to the kitchen, please. And uh, so he pulls up and he's like, oh, all right. I'll be right back. He leaves. Cake lady, she a real one for this. She's like, yo, you okay? You like burned or anything? Here, let me get you some wipes. She got me some like Clorox wipes or something to clean myself off with, or at least my arms, anyways. She was a real one for that. And then manager comes back. he's got a shirt for me to change into. I was like, all right, thanks. I go change from my grease drenched shirt, and I come back, and he's cleaning it up for me.
Oh, what a nice
He
guy.
was a real one. I miss that guy.
Real.
But yeah, so that was probably one of the weirdest times I've had at Dairy Queen. Excuse me. That was unexpected. Bro, but like when it comes to getting burnt, Cake Lady a real one. Like one time I was taking apart the fryer because I had just filtered it and now I'm taking apart the bottom to change the filter. And without thinking, I didn't have the heat gloves on. Without thinking, I take my hand and grab this one piece. And
One Piece.
One Piece! But so I grab this piece with my bare hand, and it instantly burns me, and I'm like, ah, and I pull my hand back, and then Cake Lady comes over, she's like, you all right? I was like, yeah, I just burned my hand a little bit. She's like, all right, go over to the sink, cool it with some cold water, and then like get some burn cream. I don't know what it is, some anti-burn cream or whatever, and put a band-aid on it. She had my back. Though I didn't do all that. I just kind of rinsed off my hand and kept going. But she a real one.
So I got this one manager.
Mhm.
Rylan is the one who worked this morning.
Yeah.
One of her favorite artists, like musical artists that she told us, is Young Gravy. Not Nicki Minaj, Rylan, not Nicki Minaj, Young
I know.
Gravy. And to quote her, "Oh my God, I love him. He's a MILF lover."
I heard her say that. Dude,
Nah.
it was so funny.
That's based.
Nah,
I-
bro. Okay.
She's probably my second favorite manager behind the top tier guy.
I'm trying to think of my goofy work stories.
Dude, one time my manager made a whole plot on how he was gonna get rich. So
And
his plot was he marries a rich dude, right? And like an old rich dude who's like on life support or something. And then one night he puts they get a cat, okay? They get a cat. And so one night he puts like some cat food or something on the wire that's on the wire plugged into the wall that's powering this dude's life support. So the cat, seeing this, goes over to the cord and like tries to eat the food or off of it. Except as it's chewing at it, it gets shocked by the wire, causing the cat to die. And then the wire, now being shot, causes the life support to stop functioning, which causes the old man to die. So then my manager gets all the money and doesn't have to deal with the cat.
This seems ethical.
Dude,
That's something.
it's a genius plan.
Foolproof, really.
Real.
This same manager that the other story was about. The one morning on the weekend, we got this really nice weekend crew. We have a certain manager, M, a certain coworker, from C that starts with R, and the same other coworker that we mentioned earlier, J from E.
Oh, we love R. I know who that is.
We love R. R comes up to me and is like, Ethan, I was stalking your mom's Facebook. She's a MILF. And M, manager, overhears it, and she's like, isn't she a grandma? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, so she's a GILF.
Yes. Nice.
Like, oh my
W.
gosh. No, manager, you did not just call my mother a GILF and encourage Rodney that my mother is a GILF.
Real. dude, I've got a story, another story to share, completely unrelated. So it's a slow night, right? So it's just me and two shift leaders. It's a really slow night. Manager's in his office doing whatever, and we're like, you know what would be funny? So the one shift leader that's working kitchen grabs a hot dog from the kitchen, right? So we're like, you know, what'd be funny? What if we put this in the Blizzard blender?
Oh,
So,
no.
so the other shift leader takes the hot dog, shoves it like in the, so it's like a little slot, like a triangle type slot to blend it. So he slips the hot dog in this slot, and then I forget if we had it at full. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we had it at full blast. Turn it all the way up, turn it on, and hot dog flies everywhere. Like chunks of it, like flying all over the store, and I genuinely don't think we found all the pieces, because we found some of them, but there was not enough for a full hot dog there. So we launched a hot dog, and it just, yeah,
Just around the Dairy
it
Queen.
just went all over the Dairy Queen. It was amazing.
It's great.
I wish I had a video of it.
I would love to see it.
I wish, yeah, I don't, unfortunately.
Just do it again.
Maybe.
It's worth it.
So true.
Last day.
My last day. That'd be amazing way to go out. I'd have to have
Not-
that shift leader, those two shift leaders there, for sure,
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt.
for real. Oh, there's another time. It was me, those two same shift leaders, but plus one worker, and it was another slow night, and we're all bored. So what do? We make the mystery Dairy Queen shake.
Oh,
We put so many things in there. Like, it started out just simply like a banana and something else. We're like, what if we add this? What if we add this? I think we added like everything from the store almost.
Oh.
Other than like food items. Like
Oh.
from like all the syrups from the front, some of the fruits, like it was a very interesting shake. And then we all decided we have to try this. We've got to. And so we all agreed that if one person tried it, we'd all try it. And it was not a good shake, let me tell you that much. It tasted pretty bad. Here, it was not. Yeah, it was something. Here, let me send an image. I have an image of the mystery DQ shake, and let me say, it was something.
Ugh.
is it bad that I want to try it?
I would not.
The happy
Not at
taste
all.
good really does it for me. It's just the most cursed thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just left
Why
it in
is
that
it
freezer
brown?
overnight. Too.
Oh.
I think the brown color comes from a mix of the cherry and the coffee concentrate.
Probably.
Oh, sick.
It's kind of like the color of my puke sometimes. I won't lie.
Oh.
Oh man,
That's probably what it tasted like too.
it wasn't that horrible, but like definitely not something I would drink.
I feel
Yeah.
Was it like one pure disgusting flavor, or was it like a cacophony of just terrible?
It was just all terrible.
So I used to have this one coworker, Dom. He was a character. Tell you what. This one day, and this is kind of it's him and a manager, and then just some random customer. This customer walks up, and Dom's he's taking his order, and then as he's going to like pay and stuff, Dominic's just like, "Hey, you got some pretty thick glasses." And this dude got so pissed off at that, was yelling at Dominic about it, and Kelly comes over and he's like, "What's the problem?" And then the customer is like yelling at Kelly now. And Kelly doesn't take anything from anybody.
That's fact.
And so he's kind of getting into it with this customer now. And uh he's like my employee is just trying to make small talk as you're cashing out your order, so you're not just sitting here in silence and you're yelling at him for it because he pointed out that you have because he pointed out your glasses. And he's like, just, and this guy's just going off on this guy and whatever, going off on Kelly, and he's just going bad, just back and forth, back and forth. And Dominic's now in the back talking to me. I was in the back. I'm like, "What did you say to this guy?" It's like, "I just told him he had big, like, thick glasses." I'm like, "What the heck?" And Kelly's like, you are not gonna come in here and treat my employees like that. Just get out." He's like, "Just get out, get out." And this guy,
That's it.
he hadn't even paid yet, and Kelly's
Mhm.
just like, "Just get out, just go." And then he comes to the back, and Preston came out, and he's like, and Preston's like, "You handled that good. That was good." And
Fair enough.
Kelly's his saying that he had for that was, "If it's an eye for an eye, I'll always win."
I like that. That's actually
Uh,
a good thing.
Oh,
Valid.
yeah.
And he probably has that because of where he grew up at. You know, he grew up in
Yeah.
Vegas. It's not necessarily the nicest of places to grow up as a child.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Uh, so Kelly got his eye there.
Yeah.
Kelly won that. And he wins all the time.
For sure.
Valid.
I love Kelly as a manager. Well, I
I
think
do.
that's going to be it for today. I'm passing this off to Brennan to complete our outro. Go ahead.
All right, guys. First, I want to say thanks to these guys for letting me come on today. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got to come out and talk. I hope you guys continue to watch this podcast. They're doing great things, and it is super entertaining. I myself listen to all the episodes, and I hope you guys like it and subscribe to the channel and follow the Twitter and Instagram. I think the Parking Lot Lads is the handle for all of them.
Something like
And I
that.
hope you guys have a great day or night or morning or whenever you're watching this.